suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Halloween Kills is a 2021 horror movie directed by David Gordon Green, and it stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer and James Jude Courtney. Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Now this is going to be the first of two reviews that I'll be doing for Halloween Kills. This is the spoiler free review, so if you've not seen the movie then by all means watch this. The spoiler filled review won't be out until tomorrow, so you're okay to watch this one for now. The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode continues in the next thrilling chapter of the Halloween series. First of all guys, apologies for the late review for this one. I've got a couple of reasons for that. One of them is obviously I wasn't even here. I was in Manchester at the For the Love of Horror convention, so I was miles away from home and I couldn't do the review, and that's where I saw the movie in the cinema. Now I did see it with a few YouTubers as well, and I think that's another reason why I didn't want to do a review for it straight away, because you know what it's like. You come out of a cinema hall and the first thing you want to do is review a movie, and most of the time you love it, you think it's great. So I think it's best to leave it for a couple of days, especially if you're seeing it with all these YouTubers and you're on a high and you're just so excited about talking about the movie. So at that time I probably would have given a different review as I'm giving you just now. And also guys, this is a shorter review than what my spoiler review will be. There's going to be a lot of information in the spoiler review, so if you're thinking, well, why is this review not that good? It's because I'm not going to give anything away in this review, because there's some people that haven't seen the movie. Some people are even going to wait till Halloween night to watch the movie, so it would be very unfair just to do a spoiler only review for those of you who watch the channel. So this is dedicated to you guys who don't want it spoiled for them. So let's start with the cinematography, and this goes with the flashback and with the modern day 2018 Halloween. Now that's not a spoiler because we all know there's a flashback scene in the movie, but to what extent I'm not going to mention, but I will say that the flashback scenes were beautifully shot. Now, even if it was set in modern day in 2018, it would still be considered beautifully shot because it was. They did capture 1978 perfectly for me. I felt like the mood, the tone, the atmosphere of what they tried to achieve was done perfectly. If you set the scenes that they reshot in this movie and put them in John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978, you wouldn't see any different. It wouldn't look out of place. Obviously you know because you know, but if you had no idea, you'd never seen either movie, if you stuck those scenes into the 1978 movie, you'd possibly be none the wiser. But going back to modern day, again, the cinematography was great. There wasn't a lot of stalking going on with Michael Myers. There wasn't those long one-take shots that we saw in the 2018 movie. That maybe was missing from the cinematography in it, but I think they had a lot more important things to deal with in the movie. Rather than give us maybe a 3 or 4 minute one take, I think that would waste a bit of time. We need to get into it more because it is called Halloween Kills after all. And with that being said, with it being called Halloween Kills, yes, there's a lot of kills, there's a lot of action going on. It's pretty much non-stop from start to finished. I don't think I was bored whatsoever. There's maybe a couple of scenes where we've got a couple of people talking now and again, but that's just to let us know what's happening. Other than that, it's on for what, 105 minutes or so? I'd probably say about 90 minutes or so is just non-stop action or violence. The rest of it was just talking. In terms of the story, I think it flows pretty well. For a movie that is slightly longer than your average Halloween movie, I still feel like it was quite a short film, and that's maybe because I was enjoying it. But the movie flew past. It was fine. There was no moments where it felt like things were just stuck in there for no reason. Everything was in place. When you compare it to the original Halloween 2, I think it's maybe on par with the feeling of being on the same night, because obviously it's set in the same night as Halloween 2018, so similar to what they've done with Halloween 1 and 2. It felt like it was on the same night, albeit it was shot at the end of 2019 and maybe at the beginning of 2020, so it was shot quite a while ago, so everyone still looked the same. There was one in particular character that was in it that I won't mention, that they couldn't have a bigger screen presence because of their age, and I can't really say anything else other than that. So there's certain things that they can't do because there is a time gap in real life. But it did feel like the same night people were wearing the same clothes. We saw different angles of some scenes that we already saw in 2018, and it was good to see those point of views from all different characters. So I think that the storyline itself was pretty good. There are some negatives, guys, and I can only really mention one of the negatives without spoiling it. So if you want to know more about the negatives, you're going to have to wait for the spoiler review. The only thing I can really say about the negatives is the acting was a little up and down at times from certain people. There are some people that I expected it from because I don't really know who they are in real life, but there's other people that I know who they are and they're good actors, but they gave us a performance at times in the film where I thought, is that you that's doing that wrong, or is it just the script? So the script itself needed a little bit of tightening. I think that the dialogue at times felt a little bit cheesy. That's all I can really say just now without spoiling anything. But yeah, there's some things when it comes to the script itself, it wasn't written as good as I thought I'd want it to be. That's the best way I can put it. But again, I'll talk about that more in the spoiler review. Something I've not done for a long time is go into a Halloween movie with low expectations. And I think the low expectations was because of the bad reviews I was reading about before the movie. I was reading about the bad reviews in Venice. I was reading about the bad reviews leading up to going to see the movie. So I already knew myself, already thought myself that this movie is either not going to be anywhere near as good as 2018 or it's just going to be a bad movie. So I went in with low expectations because I went into the 2018 movie with high expectations, and maybe that's why I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. And I'm an honest person. I'm not going to say I love a movie because I'm a massive fan of the franchise. I'm a massive fan of Halloween 1978. So that doesn't mean I automatically love every other Halloween movie after it. As you know, I don't. I actually despise some of the Halloween movies, so I'm always going to give an honest review. But I went into this one with low expectations, expecting nothing from it because of the reviews that I read. And I know that you can't take everyone's opinion as fact because everyone has their own opinion. So when I came out of the movie, initially, and I said to all the guys that I went with it to see, I was like, wow, I was blown away. I thought it was absolutely amazing. 2 days later, I'm obviously thinking about it, thinking about the pros, the cons, everything else, and as much as I want to love the movie, I don't love the movie, but I thought it was excellent. I thought it exceeded my expectations. Again, my expectations were low, so it doesn't mean it's an amazing movie. You got to remember, guys, this isn't a movie directed by Christopher Nolan. You know, this isn't The Shawshank Redemption. This isn't Citizen Kane. It's a Halloween movie, and it's a slasher movie. So some people have this bar way too high because of the build-up of the Halloween movies. I mean, Halloween 2018 was totally built up to the max, and Halloween Kills was even higher than that. So some people maybe thought that this was going to be in the top 250 movies of all time on IMDb. It never was going to be. Was it ever going to be as good as the first movie? Most likely not. There was a very slim chance that this was going to be anywhere near the first movie, but there was a good chance for this movie to be high up on the Halloween franchise list, and I'm obviously not going to give that away just now, but it is a really good Halloween movie. And I can't even compare it to 2018 just now because I'll discuss that later on. But all I can tell you just now in this short spoiler-free review is I thought it was a really good Halloween movie. If you're a fan of the Halloween franchise, I personally think you're going to love it. If you're only a fan of Halloween 1 and you don't really like the rest, I think you might still enjoy it for what it is. If you're a fan of horror, I think you'll enjoy it for the gore. And another thing I want to mention is some people are comparing it to Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I wouldn't do that personally, that's me. Although it has gore in it, and at times it's probably gorier than Rob Zombie's movies, I think the gore and the violence in this one felt necessary, or felt more necessary than the Rob Zombie ones. The Rob Zombie ones felt like they only done it to be a Rob Zombie movie, and everything around about it was really grimy, whereas this wasn't. This was quite a big movie. It looked like a multi-million-dollar movie, more than a $15-20 million movie anyway. So the sound effects, the gore, everything was so big and grand, but it wasn't pointless. It almost felt like it had a purpose. So at the end of the day, guys, I really enjoyed it. If you want to know anything else about my review, then please stick around. Tomorrow I will give you that spoiler-filled review, and I'll give you more about what I love about the film, and also more about the negatives as well, because I couldn't really go into the negatives without spoiling it. So look out for that video soon. If you want to discuss it, guys, leave your comments down below. Please don't leave any spoilers. We've had lots of spoilers over the past couple of days. Please don't do that just now. Wait till I get that spoiler-filled review up there. Talk about whatever you want, because anyone who reads those comments, and if they haven't seen the movie, they obviously don't care. But they do care about it on this one, because this is a spoiler-free review, so please don't leave any spoilers down below. But discuss it down below anyway. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us if you liked it, if you hated it, were your expectations met? I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.